The movie M3gan understood the assignment. You know, if you don't know about the film, it's a doll movie. You know, it's a doll horror film, and it's about a girl who deals with a traumatic experience, and she is introduced to this AI doll that basically becomes her best friend, and basically the story just goes from there, and it gets kind of crazy. I really like this movie. Like it's a little nuts, but that's why I went to go see it. Like when I saw the trailer, I'm like, these guys know what they're trying to do. Like they know what they're doing with this film. Nobody takes doll movies seriously, but like they leaned into it heavy. Like they know what they were doing. It was funny as hell. It was one of the funniest movies I've seen lately. And whether it's dark humor or just timely jokes, in like very unexpected ways.
You should feel alone, or that your world has come apart. Just reach out and you'll see a friend is never very far. Tell me your dreams, I will dream them too.
But the two girls, from what I read, I don't know their names, I'll probably put them on the screen. The two girls did great. The one girl, I think I read that, like the one who plays M3gan, this is like her first film. She did a great job, especially for her first film, did a great job. The girl, Allison Williams, she did a great job as the aunt too. And one thing I didn't really think about till I was thinking about recording a video for this movie was that it's one of the best female-oriented films out there, but no one's gonna talk about it in that kind of way, for better or for worse. But I feel like it did a really great representation of women in film in all representations. Like there's 4 out of 5 of the main characters, or like the main characters who talk are women. Saying like we're here for women. Like it kind of just is. Instead of trying to be, it just is. And I give a lot of props to the filmmakers and the actors who were a part of this, because they did a phenomenal job, especially just balancing the seriousness and unseriousness of the subject and concept. Like the subject is mainly based around trauma and dealing with trauma, and I feel like there's a point in the movie where there's a scene where the aunt is talking to the little girl, her niece, about something that she experienced, and it was very eye-opening because I've never seen it spoken about that way in a film before. So I give it a lot of props for that. But at the same time, it has like such timeliness with the jokes or the dark humor. Like there's a couple uses of singing in the movie that is great. It's absolutely phenomenal because it's hilarious, but it low-key there's some bops. There's low-key some bops to it, but like in the moments it took itself serious, it did great. In the moments it wanted to be funny and lighthearted, it did great. And when the moments it wanted to do creepy, it did pretty good. Like it was an excellent film, especially for January. And if you know anything about movie releases, January are where movies go to die. So the fact that it came out at this time and it is actually of quality, I give it major props. I didn't know until after I watched it that James Wan is one of the producers, and it makes perfect sense. With Dead Silence and everything, he always had a thing when it came to dolls and stuff like that. So it's really great that he was on board. He's helping push other filmmakers along. I'm not really sure who directed it or not. I'll have to look into that. But overall, I think it was a very solid movie. Give it a lot of credit. You want to go see a movie that is going to entertain you throughout, give you a little bit of heart, make you laugh a little bit, make you a little creeped out in certain situations as well. Like I would highly suggest M3gan. It understood the assignment. Like when I went to go see this movie, I knew I was hoping it would be what it was. I wanted something a little schlocky, but like leaning into the schlockiness, not trying to make it seem like it isn't a doll movie. Like it handled the awkwardness of that kind of film fantastically, in my opinion. probably the best doll movie since the original Chucky, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't have I don't really have any issues with the movie at all, really. You know, the cinematography is good, the editing is good, the acting is good. Is it Ronnie Chang? Yeah, Ronnie Chang did a great job. I'm a big fan of Ronnie Chang. I find him hilarious. He did a great job. I thought he would actually have been more funny, like more like trying to like just dish out jokes, but his acting prowess, it blends in with the comedy of his character very, very well. Like, you know, it was very like under his assholeness or whatever. I feel like it was a really good job of him. You know, if I had to critique anything, maybe the person who plays the neighbor character was a little whatever, but it was nowhere near enough to really affect the film, in my opinion. I highly suggest it. When you look at the film, I just feel like this is a great new age horror comedy with heart. Like, it really does hit you in certain moments when the girl is faced with dealing with certain traumas that she deals with in the movie. The way that they handled that, I give them a lot of kudos, you know, because they could have just kind of just leaned into just comedy, but they also did showcase how someone deals with trauma is very important, or how they don't deal with trauma is very important. So I feel like it was a great blend of everything. Overall, that's all I got to really say about the movie. I don't know how long it's still going to be in theaters, but if you can, check it out. If not, try to check it out when it goes into VOD, wherever you may watch. You know, did you guys see it? Let me know what you think. Let's have a little discussion about everything. Oh, and like, comment, subscribe. I don't really do this shit, but I know you're supposed to add this shit into the end of the video. So if you want to, it's there. The button's right there, but you don't got to. I'm just experimenting.
Bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Fire away, fire away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Good night, Katie.